So if there's any advice that I could give anybody at any stage of their career to help them like feel better throughout the day, mentally, emotionally, physically, also to feel their most productive and their focus, is to like spend time with yourself in the morning.
Yes.
And so for me, what that looks like when I recommend to people is, you know, wake up early, drink some water. If you're a coffee person, grab a cup of coffee, try to get outside, sit, meditate, pray.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
Spend that
Absolutely,
time.
Man.
Get done, set your stuff down, find your place to get physically active.
Yes,
For me, like that's, sometimes it's going down into my basement and I spend 10 minutes on the rower, 10 minutes on the assault bike, and then out to the garage for 10 minutes of mobility. For some people, it's CrossFit, right? For some people, it's Planet Fitness. Whatever it is, move your body. You don't have to go fast. You don't have to go hard. You can if you want. But the idea is you get your blood flowing and you connect completely with yourself for the day. Mentally, emotionally, spiritually, and physically. And then you feed yourself. Right? You eat healthy, get your protein and your carbs and everything else in there. Maybe have a little bit more coffee, drink some water, take your vitamins, whatever that is for you, and then head to the day without stress. You know what I mean? Like that lowers everything for you. That brings you so centered that when you walk in the door, no matter what chaos and craziness is swirling around you, you're already in your peace. And I mean, there's apps for it, you know what I mean? Like I have Calm and I have Breathe. Those
I
are
do
the
the Pause by John Eldridge is a good one.
Nice, that's a good one. Yeah, for sure. I like Calm because I can sit down, I can listen to like a minute of Calm. It's 1 minute. I can listen to 7 minutes of meditation, and then I'm ready. Like I go through the check-in list of like, how did I sleep last night? What am I grateful for? Like every morning has a gratitude list of 3 things. So that then when it's time to start my prayers, right, and I'm just being quiet, like my brain's already in that mode of like, okay, well, how do I be of service today? Right. And everybody, I think it's important to understand, like everybody's trying to get to that point. How they get there, right, is something a little bit different. Like Rachel gets up, kind of similar to like what Catherine does. She gets up super early. And then she goes through the house and cleans. But that's how she like gets herself kind of centered and ready to go out the door. Then she rushes a little bit, I'm sure, because sometimes she's a little stressed out. But, you know, everybody has to do that. But for me, and again, the recommendation that I make to anybody, especially the higher up you get in your career, the farther along you are, the more successful you become, the easier it is to become unattached to all the things that are super important, because we start thinking about you know, running a company, or we start thinking about running a department, and we think about generating millions, and we think about all those things, and that can quickly become the priority in our life, and all the other stuff goes sideways, and we forget about it, and then what happens is we have a rough quarter, and everything that we have buried ourselves into is going wrong, and we forgot how to, like, what really matters, like what's really the most important thing, and that's like this kind of stuff, like having those conversations, being of service to other people, helping each other out, and getting your center so that when you walk through the door, again, even if everything's going sideways, when somebody comes in, they're like, hey, I made a mistake. Instead of going off the handle and being like, how could you? This was so important. It's like, hey, I appreciate you taking accountability. Let's look at it together, right? And let's see what we can do to fix it. Changes the game. Changes the game.
That's good, man. That's good stuff. I needed that today, for sure. All right. Everything in me does not want to be here right now. Everything in me does not want to be here. But I'm here. It is 6 p.m. on Tuesday night. I don't usually come to the gym after work. I make a lot of excuses not to come to the gym. Probably at any time of the day. Part of the reason I don't want to be here is because I feel like a loser before I even walk in. I feel my gut today more than any other day. I woke up this morning and I just felt off. Yesterday was not the best day at work, and I was really down about it. As much as I tried to hold my composure up, I was really down about it because I've been working my ass off for 5 years, proving myself every day that I belong. When you work for something so hard, when you put everything in your life behind it, even the smallest of hiccups, even the smallest mistakes are magnified because you feel like it's your whole life on the line. And I struggle with that daily. I transitioned into advertising from working as a college admissions officer. I hate saying officer. I was a college admissions representative. I would go out and I would recruit college students. And that's how I got really good at just being a people person and storytelling. Because I worked for the college. I got my undergrad degree from my bachelor's. And I knew how to draw off of my story, my experiences there as a student, and translate that into a sales pitch to future students. And I'm just telling you kind of a little bit about my story in that sense because I think anybody can do that job. And
where were you yesterday?
I'm trying to balance running in this competition this weekend. So I say all that to say because I think anybody can do that job, right? If you really know your story well, you can translate it. Take care. You can translate it into a story for someone else. And that's what we do here a lot, right? We share our stories and we do it in a way where other people can resonate. But back to the point, I don't want to be here right now. I went through all that in my life to get to this point in my career where instead of proving myself every day, I'm starting to show myself more. But we all have seasons where it's hard to do more. Take care. It's hard to do more, you know? It's hard to get yourself in the game and be ready every single day because advertising is very fast-paced. Take care. You need to make fast decisions and get fast results. And in college admissions, you are building your pool of potential people that you're gonna sign. You are building relationships very quickly. And very quickly in the sense of you only get so much face time with people and you only get so much time to actually connect one-on-one in humans, not texting or emailing. So they're two very different jobs. And I was really damn good at my job as an admissions rep. My social battery would be drained all the time, but I was good at it. And I loved every kid that I met. I took interest in them and I acted kind of like their mentor and big brother and really got to know them and their families. And I've had some sessions where I would tell families about my story in the college and we'd all tear up. And now I'm in a job where I'm doing exactly the things that I love to do in a more actionable, not super physical sense, but more actionable, more creative. And it's hard. it's hard because you don't get a lot of time to connect on that level. I'm mumbo-jumbling a lot because I'm trying to tell you a little bit about, I'm trying to tell you a little bit about my story. And I'll give its due time. But I wanted to give you context for why I feel extra shitty today. And why I feel extra shitty some days is because I put so much of my heart and effort into this work every single day. A lot of brain power. And I make mistakes. Everybody does. But man, my mistakes make me feel like that's it. Tomorrow's my last day, you know, like they're gonna let me go. They caught me, I'm a fraud. That's how much I've worked so hard to make this my life that it's really not well that I get fear that I'm not good enough and somebody's gonna expose me and say, yeah, he really isn't good. So, you know, I had just a rough morning yesterday. Just back-to-back calls and meetings and things that, like the meetings with clients and everything went well. But it was just more of like internal process things that kind of had us cutting it close. So I share that with you guys because I want you to know, for those of us who work 9 to 5 and just own our own businesses or do all kinds of other work, like, man, it's rough. And I know we're out here working as hard as we can. And when we fail, it feels like that's it. That's our time. They caught us. We're done, you know? And I don't want to feel like that. I want to be able to take my L's, big or small, and learn from them without feeling like I won't get a chance to. But I think all of this stems back to when I played baseball. My whole life I played baseball. Little league, you know, middle school, high school, college. And I uprooted my life my senior year of high school, and I went to IMG Academy in Florida to play baseball year round because I went through some really political things in high school. I had played for the team that won the summer state championship, and then the next year I didn't make the varsity team all of a sudden. And I think my journey in baseball, and I'll go deep into it another time, but I think my journey in baseball really just made me the person that I am today, in a sense that I live my life one pitch at a time. And when that pitch is hit to me, or I hit the ball, or whatever metaphor we want to think of, right? I live my life one pitch at a time. And if I don't make the next play, if I don't hit the ball on the ground, if I don't put it in play, if I don't advance the runner, if I don't do any of those things, then I'm a failure. So even though I really loved my relationship with baseball in the sense that I loved it, it taught me so many great things, I also think that it made me a very scared person. Scared that if I don't get the next out, or if I don't throw it right into the heart of that glove, right into the chest, if I don't strike out the next hitter, then I'm worthless. worthless. And I've truly carried that. And you know what? It's shame. It's shame. And I think shame has shown up in my life in so many different ways, but the more that I do therapy, the more that I talk about this stuff on these vlogs, this is really kind of the first time I'm sharing a little bit about my past, but the more that I'm like chatting about it, it's got me thinking about where that shame started, why it started. And it's a journey. And honestly, this is all I really got today. So I didn't want to come to the gym. I didn't want to move my body. I wanted to make more excuses. I've got this competition on Saturday. And I feel like shit right now. It's Tuesday and I feel like shit. But I know that I'm gonna go home, I'm gonna see my wife, I'm gonna get myself ready, and I'm gonna get back out there the next day. Because another thing that I learned in baseball is that you gotta leave it between the lines. You gotta leave it between the lines. And you gotta worry about the next play. You gotta look toward the next game. You get another at bat. But what I struggle with is if I don't do it now, I'm not gonna get another chance. I'm gonna ride the bench, I'm gonna get cut. And it sucks to live life this way. But all I can do is keep moving. You know what I mean? All we can do is keep moving. It's just, this is where I have to truly lean on God. This is where I have to truly lean in and ask the Lord to just let his peace be still in my life and guide me, and know that he loves me, and know that even in these mistakes, even in these errors that I make, even in all the things that, well, not the things, even in the moments in life where I just don't do well in work or in life or as a husband, as a friend, as a son, I know that I have so much to be grateful for. And I look forward to another chance and opportunity. And I have to believe that I'll get another one. And I have to believe that people do trust me, and they do have confidence in me, and they do know that I'm good at what I do. I have to believe that too. We have to believe that about ourselves. And this is all I got today. I love you guys. Stay human.